Why does it matter that Trump is indicted? Aren't they just going to fine him and let him go? Prior to this, no former president has ever been formally charged with a crime. This sets a precedent that opens the door to further criminal charges, both against Trump and all future presidents. Regardless of outcome, it's a big deal. He's apparently indicted on 34 charges. We don't know what exactly, but it's plausible some of them will carry jail time. Then, when it's established by precedent, former presidents can be charged with and convicted for crimes. There will be the Georgia election fraud case, which is likely carry even bigger penalties. Regardless, that the president is not above the law is an important milestone by itself. What I don't understand is how you can form a jury when everyone knows him and has an opinion. At the moment, it's not a matter of what his punishment actually is. That's the next step. For today, we had to break the idea that some people were above the law. If we can push this idea through, then the floodgate is open and the rules have to change. If a former president of the United States can be charged with a crime, surely senators and members of Congress can too, right? Once that understanding is established, then punishments can be implemented. But for now, it's building the foundation. It depends on what he's actually been charged with. Rumor has it, and it is still rumor at this point, that he has been charged with some felonies that can carry jail time. It depends on the charges. What, if anything, he's found guilty of, and what the proscribed penalties are for that crime. Trump and associates under oath in the witness stand? Who knows what could happen? Well, see. Details are still sketchy and not really public yet, but CNN is reporting that their sources are saying the charges are 30 felony counts involving fraudulent business records. Cohen went to prison for over a year for his role in this very crime. And honestly, this is only the first indictment. No reason to hold back on the other much more serious indictments once they see the country doesn't completely fall apart from Trump being charged. Depends on the charges they bring against him. If he committed wire fraud or bank fraud, he could looking at serious jail time potentially. Every president should live like President Carter and be held to the Carter standard. We should call it the Carter Doctrine, that they should live a life of service to their community after their term is done. P.S. Ronald Reagan's team committed treason and robbed Carter of a second term. The fact they got away with it has led to us living in the worst timeline. No one is even sure what charges the DA is going to bring against him. Presumably, if a grand jury found reason to indict, they probably have some substantial charges they think he could be guilty of. He's indicted on 34 counts. It's likely he'll serve at least some jail time for a number of those counts. It's also worth noting that he may also be indicted in Georgia for election interference there. People are saying, he's a rich white man, he won't serve time. I can think of plenty of other rich white men who went to jail after breaking the law. Jeffrey Epstein, Harvey Weinstein, Martin Shkreli, etc. People will also say this is politically motivated. Trump broke the law, and he's being held accountable. That's how it works. Yeah, this is just a big deal for the intelligent people who realize the precedent it establishes. Which is amazing. The fanatical people will either think Trump is being targeted unfairly or that he will see jail time and the death penalty. Those people are silly, and we merely acknowledge them and move on. It's crazy how Trump is being indicted for taking campaign money. The very campaign some of y'all donated to took that money y'all gave him to use towards running for office and instead used it to reimburse his lawyer, who already went to prison for this. after making him buy Ms. Stormy Daniels' silence for cheating on his wife with her. Why are some y'all, pro-family values, Republicans so okay with Trump playing with y'all's money like this? Because we shouldn't not charge people with crimes just because they are rich, or popular, or held office. I just want to know how they're gonna get an impartial jury. No one is above the law. Can't run for another presidency and win if you have a criminal record, I thought was the idea. I am as big a Trump-hating person that exists. I put quite a bit of blame on him for damaging my country and seriously damaging my religion. Of course, I fully support him being arrested and prosecuted for many of his crimes. But honestly, I never expect to see him serve time. He might get a fine. I suppose house arrest is a possibility. But even if evidence was found that he was selling spy lists to our enemies, I doubt he would go to actual pound you in the ass prison. Michael Cohen went to prison already for this very crime. So Trump, too, could go to prison.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.